Hey guys, welcome back to Growing Starshine. My name is Ashley and this is my garden. Okay, so it has been a long time since I posted a garden update video. Life kind of just, it happens, it's busy. I have a very busy life with family and my kids and everything, so I did do gardening over the spring and the summer. I just didn't have time to stop and record it, and when I did start and record things, I just didn't have time to edit and upload. But I did have some decent success in the spring and summer. I really didn't put a lot of time into the garden this year as I normally would, just because life, family, things happened. Now that it's fall, it's actually well into fall. I think the last video I made was winter going into spring, and now it is full into fall. So yeah, we've missed a few seasons. I guess I'll insert some pictures and maybe some video of what I did get out of the spring and summer garden. We got some tomatoes, watermelon, lots of things in between. I can't really remember it. I have a hard time remembering the successes that I've had and things that I've grown, because I grow it, I pick it, I enjoy it, and then I seem to forget about it. And then when I actually go back through my pictures or my videos of the garden, I'm like, oh yeah, I actually did pretty good. I grew this or that or the thing. So anyway, I am sitting in amongst my flowers right now and in front of my squash patch. The squash was actually something I really struggled with. At first I was having really great success with it and everything was going good, and then it got powdery mildew, and then it got vine burrs, and it just went from looking great to just being not so good. So I also had some struggle with, I planted it in an extremely sunny area, and our UV is very high here in Florida. I'm in zone 9, so I said, okay, I'm gonna try something totally different. So I actually cleared out, this was all these little Mexican petunias and the begonias back there. This was all that, this whole area. But I decided that I wanted to put vegetables in here because it's a very shaded area. We have a big tree right there, a maple tree, and I just wanted, I thought it might be a good idea to just plant it in the shade, give it a little different environment and see if it does better. And it actually did really good. It did really good here. And then I let it die. I actually went on vacation and we had just a series of really unfortunate events. Our cat, it was actually my sister's cat, and then it became our cat, passed away at the end of August, and that was very heartbreaking because the whole family just adored him. And then a week later my brother's cat passed away, and so we ended up taking a trip down to the beach, which I've posted a lot of the wildlife photos that I took there and just the nature photos over on the Instagram page that you'll see in the link below. And that was just a good time just to kind of reflect and get away. And we have not been on vacation since 2020, before the pandemic, before all that. So it was a nice time, but obviously when we came back, the squash that was there, it was sick, it was dying, so I just ripped it out and said forget it, I'll start again. So that's what I did, and I actually improved this area when I did it again. I cleared it out way more intensely, put down some grass mulch, and I made it better than it was before. So that's this area, and I'll go ahead and show you guys that, and then I'll just kind of show you a little bit of what I've got going on. I will not do a full garden tour because I don't think there's not enough substantial things going on to do a full garden tour. A lot of things are in baby stage right now, so I'll just show you a little bit about what's preview of what's going to be coming in the next month or so. So this is my squash patch, and I've got all my little squashes right here that seem to be doing really good. These look really healthy at this stage. I put little sticks next to them, just so, because I have a bad tendency of stepping on them when I'm coming through sometimes when they're this small. Then I just put some grass mulch around them, like immediately around the area. I still need to put it all in between to make sure the little weeds pop up. But yeah, they're all looking really good. The beginning of something beautiful. This is our other banana tree that's looking absolutely beautiful. It has grown so fast. Like, it amazes me how fast these grow. I got this at the beginning of summer and it's just taken off. Also, it's interesting the way the bananas in the different environment that you place them looks so different. Here, this one, the leaves are a lot lighter colored, and it's out in full sun. And it's actually a little bit smaller than the other one, versus we have this one over here, which is in a shady area, and it is much dark greener, got bigger much faster. So I just think it's interesting how that little bit of difference of where it is placed can really change how much a banana tree grows. Okay, this is what I've been working on over the weekend. These are all the baby seedlings. This is the garden that is to come. So we've got a whole line of peppers. Growing peppers in fall is questionable. I don't know how well they're gonna do, but I'm giving it a try. I'm experimenting. We've got lots of lettuce and some random things. The herbs have done really well. I planted these a long time ago, and they've just done really well. Herbs are the one thing that they just seem hard to kill. A lot of varieties of them. Oh, we've got lots of stuff here. We've got lettuce, romaine, Grand Rapids lettuce, bok choy. I really like to grow greens in the fall because it's hard to grow them in the spring and summer here. It really is. Okay, we've got our broccoli and cauliflower. I did lots of this because I had to make a major diet shift recently. Well, not too recently, back in June. And I'll talk more about that in a different video. But so broccoli and cauliflower is a huge part of my diet. I eat a ton of it. And so I decided this year that I really need to invest in growing more of it in the colder months when it's able to be grown here in Florida. And then we've got Ruffles spinach, kale, onion, Brussels sprouts, radish, watermelons, and that's just a whole bunch of cabbage and kohlrabi. I absolutely love kimchi, so I want to have a big supply of cabbage this year. This is our flower table. These are all on the side, all flowers, because I neglected seriously to grow more flowers. I kind of hoped that the flowers I had grown, which were doing amazing, and they were perennials, I was just hoping they would be sturdy enough to survive, and they died. So starting over with that. And then this is just some lettuce, and that is some chives. It says chamomile, but that's just the back of the old tag. It's really chives. So that's what we have here. Oh, that sun is bright. And we have lots of other baby plants in pots all around the yard, but I don't need to show you guys everything, just give you a gist of what's going on. We have the whole little greenhouse area filled with the tomatoes. So we also went through a hurricane here the past few weeks, so that was different. That really throws our October off. We went through Hurricane Ian. And we did pretty good during the hurricane here. We didn't lose anything major. We had a couple minor issues. There was just some minor flooding in the strawberry patch, and our sink backed up, and our fridge stopped working when our electricity went out. But after the electricity came back on, like 5-6 days later, we were able to get it all up and running again. And that same week, we actually brought home a new member of the family, our little kitten Pinko, like the breadcrumbs. So he is a new addition to our family, and I will be showing you guys him. He is so adorable and so playful, and he was actually rescued. He was abandoned. Him and his brothers and sisters were abandoned outside of this couple's home. They wanted to know any resources or shelters they could take these cats to. And we had just lost our pet that I was talking about before, the cat that was my sister's that became ours. His name was Noodles, cute little guy, and so we were looking for a new cat because we had a cat-shaped hole in our hearts, and we just needed some new life in our home. So we contacted them and said, you know, I don't know about a shelter, but I would absolutely love to take one home if you would allow us to. And they said yes. So we coordinated, and they kept them safe during the hurricane. And then they believed they were 8 weeks old. And so they let us take him home. But as it turns out, after we got him home and everything, we got him to the vet, he's only 5 or 6 weeks old. So he's just a baby. He wasn't even old enough not to have a mom. So he has been on kitten milk and a little handful, as kittens are, but he is adorable. And I think he really likes his life here. He seems to be very happy and a very loving cat. So anyway, back to the garden. Okay, so over here, these are the sweet potatoes. So excited. My friend's mom gave me those little tiny sweet potato cuttings, 3 of them, 3 or 4 of them, back in, oh gosh, I think it was January. And I planted them, and they have finally started just taking off and filling this area. And I did not know how beautiful sweet potato vines are. Like, just look how beautiful that is. They have just the purple. It's like purple and blue in the leaves. Like, look at that. That is just so beautiful. And they look just like a beautiful ground cover. Like, unless you knew they were sweet potatoes, you would not know they're sweet potatoes, which makes me think that I want to plant those out front. I think I want to use them as ground cover in my front beds, because they look like ground cover, so why not? And then that gives us more space to grow things. This is the Siso spinach, also, that my best friend's mom gave me. And this was a little cutting, and this is it's a perennial spinach. It's like a bush. It just lives and lives. It doesn't really need much at all. I haven't fertilized it. I barely water it. It just lives, and it's great. It's like a thicker type spinach. So fresh eating, it's a little crunchy, but cooked, it just acts like a normal spinach. And it's just really great. Just these small little leaves. So good. Over here we have this little arch trellis that I built out of bamboo that I wanted the ambrosia to grow up, and it is doing such a good job of growing up and just being so beautiful. Like, they almost don't even look real. They're so just bright and flat. It's like almost like a cartoony kind of look. They don't even look real, so I just love them. They're so magical. So ideally, these will keep growing up and go down that side of the bamboo, twist around, and go to the ground. So I kind of like weird shapes in the garden, weird kind of magical, natural looking shapes. So I liked how this bamboo was kind of distorted and then went down. So I think when it's fully grown over there, it's going to look super neat. Okay, so I think that's all I want to show you guys in the garden today. Just a short, quick video, just to be like, hey, I'm back, still gardening. Still want to share with you guys successes and failures, and just kind of build a community here. Oh my gosh, there is a beautiful bird. That is one thing I have noticed, is that I've been getting a lot of new birds in the garden. Like, you know, it's fall and birds migrate and usually come down here for the winter, but I've seen birds that I've never seen before. There's this one, he's like a really dark, shiny gray with little bits of red on him. I have never seen him before. And they're pretty friendly. They'll come pretty close and just kind of sit and chill, whereas some of the other birds kind of dart away as soon as they see you. So that's pretty neat. The lemons, I did not get as many lemons this year. Obviously I still got lots on here. As you can see, they're just kind of hanging everywhere. They're slowly starting to turn yellow, but I mean, last year I got a ton, like baskets and baskets full. This year I got a little less, and I think partially because I mean, lemon trees don't really need much work, but I neglected it a little, as in I let these vines grow all over them, and I think it sapped some of the sunlight and resources away. Like, these vines are like, if you're a gardener in Florida, these vines, man, like, they have these little pods on them that turn into like these little yellow lantern shaped things. I don't even know if I can see one to show you, but these little pods, they turn into these little lantern shaped things, and I forget what they're called at the moment, but, and they're kind of neat looking. They stink, they have a weird smell, but they just grow and they grow and they just take over things and strangle things. They are not a vine that is like growing with the community of plants. It wants to take over and destroy. So these are a problem. And then two, they get caught in the lawnmower. Like when you're mowing, they'll get wrapped around the blade because they're just really, they're tough. So it kind of grew on top of my lemon tree, and I think it kind of choked it out a little bit. So we still have lots of lemons, and I will be clearing it out and getting it healthier so that next year hopefully we can get more. And also, probably part of it was my own fault for not really staying on top of having flowers in the garden. We had a lot of bees, but I don't think we had as many bees in this area of the garden as we had last year, because I didn't have any flowers over here last year. I just had the ones predominantly on that side, like the Mexican petunias and the begonias, and I had some sunflowers and whatnot over there. So this coming spring, we'll be doing things a little differently, and hopefully I will stay on top of updating you guys. I'm pretty good about posting over on Instagram at least once a week, if not several times a week. So you can always come and see content over there. It's not so much, I would say, like personal content. It's more of like artsy. Like, I like to show the way that I see the world, the way that I look at something, and I just see the beauty of it, and I want other people to look at it and see the beauty of it as well. So I try to take really kind of artistic-y, kind of weird angles and whatnot of the photos over on there. So that's kind of like the art bit of it. See, I never know how to end one of these videos. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for coming into my garden with me and seeing just some stuff that really brings me joy. And hopefully I have a lot more to show you guys in the future. Thanks for watching, and until next time, bye.
It never rains in California. The sun is always shining bright. People are smiling, making plans, hiding behind